Hey guys, Loomer here again, this time with the Deathmatch game. This is regular Deathmatch. There's an easy Deathmatch mode as well, and I haven't played it. I have no idea what the difference is between the two. But, you know, for those of you, just a quick recap on what Deathmatch is. It takes place on a really small map. They basically section off with this kind of blue, you can see the blue barrier. I get a nice first blood here. They section off like a fourth of the regular map, and then it takes place in that. It's like, imagine if in Brotherhood, like they took, you know, the center marketplace of Rome and like put a barrier around it. That's kind of like what they do here. And there's also no clones, and so of any of the players' personas, and so it's a little trickier and it's a little bit of a harder dynamic to get used to. You can see my pursuer got taken out there, that thespian who got roofed, and I saw her earlier. But there wasn't. They've changed a lot of the sound effects in the game. So Brotherhood had a very distinctive sound. I can get a nice silent hidden kill here.
You have taken the lead.
Had a very distinctive sound for losing pursuers, and I'm still trying to get used to figure out what's going on in the game, because I think all these sound effects are a lot more subtle than they used to be in Brotherhood. But anyway, I think so. Because there's no clones of you, but I mean, you can still change using disguise or more for Blender, I believe. I haven't unlocked more for Blender yet, but I feel like any kind of those abilities will really come in handy. The trick is you need to use it when you're out of sight, but because it's such a small map, it's very easy for, if you're just hanging out in the middle, it's very likely that your pursuer will see you use like any of those abilities. So it's a little tricky to do, but I think those abilities will come in really handy for this mode, so I'm sticking with the Disguise Firecracker here. This guy seems pretty oblivious. I thought maybe I could focus him, but then I decided I wasn't going to risk it. I'll just go for the Acrobatic kill. Acrobatic Silent, which is nice. Okay, so, you know, I'm used to just blending, but it's really not as useful as in every other mode, because even if there wasn't a copy of your persona in the blend group you joined, there was always one at least kind of around in the area, so it could kind of create some confusion. But like in this case, I'm playing as a Vanguard. She's her costume isn't really the most subtle out of all of them, and so, you know, it's pretty easy for people to pick me out. I'm looking for my pursuer here. I don't see him anywhere. I don't know why I threw firecrackers there, but then I realized I should have checked the roof, because I get roofed here, of course. That was pretty stupid of me, but you know, when Revelations was being shown at E3, there were kind of like there was a lot of talk about a roofing penalty, and I've been very curious about what they could have done about it. The thing I thought they could have done is maybe just make an aerial kill worth 50 points as the base kill instead of the 100 normal points. I can duck in here for a hidden silent kill here, but it's still 100 points, and as far as I can tell, I can't see any difference from... I get roofed again. Like, I can't see any difference or any drawback to roofing. It's pretty much the same as it is in Brotherhood. Everything seems to behave the same way unless I'm missing something. So that was a little disappointing. But, you know, roofing might be a somewhat viable strategy here. Oh, okay, God. I saw that guy run away. I should have run up and tried to stun him and gotten the contested kill at least, or the honorable death bonus. But I'm not used to I'm still trying to change my mindset from Brotherhood to Revelations, and I just thought maybe I can run up the wall and get away, but of course the lag pulled me down. Yeah, so, yeah, I get a reckless kill here. And is it just me, or are the animations for Revelations kind of crappy in some places? That was like the exact same maneuver they use in Brotherhood, but it seemed like really kind of jerky. I don't know, they must have changed up their models or something, but roofing might be not a bad idea in Deathmatch, as much as I hate to say it, because there's no up or down indicator. I think it's very easy to confuse people with it. Alright, I saw my target run away right there, but I'm too busy trying to look for my pursuer right here, and you can see me, I stunned that civilian, unfortunately, and my real pursuer came up and killed me. So stunning civilians is something they've added in Revelations, and basically you use the circle button to do it, of course. The square button still shows up above everyone's heads, as you can see right here. But if you press circle, then you'll stun them. And there's no drawback to stunning civilians, except, you know, you're in the animation for a second. The stun animations are so much quicker in Revelations. It's really nice. But you'll be in that animation for a bit, and also it gives you away. That's pretty much the only drawback to stunning civilians. And I think they pretty much had to put this mechanic in order to keep you from getting contested or honorable deaths too easily, because otherwise you can just keep mashing B and like every time someone killed you, they would only get a reckless kill and you get your 100 points. I mean, the contested kill mechanic is a pretty, what's what I'm looking for? It's a pretty strong mechanic. I mean, it denies your pursuer points, it gives you points, and it slows down your pursuer as well, which means they're probably gonna get killed. Okay, I deserve getting killed here. I was just running around trying to chase after this guy. So yeah, so that's all the stunning civilians mechanic anyway. How you use circle for it, but how it interacts with like gentle push and everything is like, if you just tap it, you'll stun someone, but if you hold it down, then you'll do the normal kind of, you can still use it to push through crowds and stuff. Alright, this guy, I run up to try to get a stun, but it gets interrupted because he kills he stuns my target. So I'm able to stun him and kill my target for grounded, which also gives me greater variety, which is awesome. And you'll notice that I think they've kind of improved on the lock system a lot from Brotherhood, actually, because right there, that was a case where my pursuer and my grounded target were right next to each other. And in Brotherhood, that was always a nightmare because the game considered your grounded target high profile, and so it, like, the B prompt would not show up for your pursuer, and you had to pretty much lock onto them to get it to show up. And you want to stun your pursuer and then kill your grounded target. You don't want to do it the other way around. And so, but you can see in this case, I was actually able to, I didn't have to lock or anything, and it let me, and it just let me. Oh, I had trouble finding the sentinel, but I finally found it on the roof, so I'll just go in here and get my nice streak bonus out of it too. The 250 points for a combination of 3 silent kills or stuns. You can mix and match. Like my last game, I had 2 silent kills and 1 stun, and I got my streak. But yeah, so I mean, and here you go. You can see the stunning. I thought that Thespian was after me, but she was a player, so I couldn't stun her or kill her. And so I ended up stunning that civilian instead. You can see that happening again. Alright, let's see. Just waiting around, looking for my pursuer. Cut over here. You can see how small this deathmatch map is. And I think I finally find him on the roof. Over here somewhere. Yeah, there he is. He jumps in the bale of hay. That's actually... Oh, right, yes, he's after my pursuer, so I let him take him out, and then I was going to run up and kill him, but he climbs up and runs away, unfortunately, so that kind of sucks. But luckily for me, he decides to blend over here, and I don't think he knows I can reach him from the top of this lift here, so I'm going to focus. And now I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna try to get an incognito kill. He has 2 pursuers, so I'm keeping my eye on that trickster up there. But I have just enough time for it to get incognito before she can take him out. And you know, it takes about 5 seconds to fill from discreet to silent, and then another 5 seconds to fill from silent to incognito. So, but luckily I had enough time, even though it's on a small map, to be able to do that. All right, still wandering around. Okay, so I come over here. I don't see a sentinel anywhere, so I'm like, oh, he's in this hay bale, so I'll check it. But he's not in there. Looking around, I still don't know where he is. But then I can tell by the line of sight that he's down on the lower level. And I see the second hay bale, and I'm like, oh, okay, he's in there. So what I'm gonna do is hopefully he's not gonna just jump out. But if he tries to rush me, I'll kill him. But I'm gonna use this hidden group so I can attack the hay bale, and I'll just get my hidden kill. And I was trying to get close enough to see if I could focus the hay bale. Sometimes you can do that too. There's like one area in Rome that has a hay bale next to it. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of places in Brotherhood, I guess, where you can, if they're just sitting in there, you can stand in the blend group and focus hidden kill their hay bale.
Done.
Alright, so I'm able to get a naked stun on this guy, even though I kind of stupidly just disguised right in front of him. I don't know. I don't know how I got that, but you can see that stun gave me my streak bonus too. But the other thing is I've noticed there was one time about the lock system earlier that I think they improved too. Well, for one thing, when you hold down the lock button, it doesn't zoom in quite as like drastically and change your angle, so that's kind of nice. But there was another time where my target was running towards me, and I had accidentally locked onto somebody in the distance, but without clearing my lock, I was still able to kill my target as she ran towards me. So, oh, this is dumb. I got greedy here. I ran away from my pursuer, but then I got greedy trying to kill my target, so I kind of deserved to get killed there. But anyway, so even though I didn't clear my lock on the civilian that was far away, when my pursuer ran past me, I could kill them without clearing my lock. So I think what they must... what it might be like is like if you're within a certain range, then the lock means you're guaranteed to kill only that person. But outside of that range, I was trying to use firecrackers to confuse her, and luckily she killed the civilian instead. But once you're outside of that range, you're free to still. The lock doesn't restrict who you can kill, it's a really nice thing. I think they've done a lot of work. I think they've heard our complaints about how how completely crappy the lock system was in Brotherhood and how frustrating it was. So, all right, so that's the end of the match. You should, if you're interested in seeing, you can notice there's 5 more minutes in the video. I'm going to go through a bunch of the menus if you want to see kind of the different things you can do to customize various things. And I also found the breakdown of the points that Brotherhood used to have, and I can show you that in a second. But so, I mean, the next 5 minutes are kind of aimed mostly at people who don't have the beta and are just interested in seeing how you buy abilities, like how you can customize your emblem and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, you should stick around. You can see I unlocked firecrackers and I got 28 Abstergo credits. And so if you don't know, the new system is you unlock abilities, but then you have to purchase them. And so you get credits for every, in addition to experience, you get credits for every game you play. And so I've unlocked firecrackers, but now I need to go in and purchase them. So once you get to this menu here, you can hit L1 or R1 to move between these different menus. And you can go up here to previous session results. And if you click here, you can see this is the familiar Brotherhood breakdown of scores. And so this is the first time I found this, actually. I imagine if you just hit start in the game at the very end, I think you should probably be able to find this as well. I don't think you have to go back to the main menu in order to see it. That's pretty nice. Okay, progress. This is just pretty basic stuff. Nothing really important there. This shows you the rewards from your last session. This shows you what challenges you completed from your last session. And this shows all the accolades that you got too, which was, I was looking for that before because they just show a list of stuff at the bottom. You can't really see what's what. So you can see it shows all the accolades that everybody earned in the match and who it was earned by. So, you know, they have good ones and they have bad ones too. So they have the drunkard, which was you were stunned the most times, the victim, most time spent in other people's abilities. So, okay, so we go to our ability set here. You can see the default couple sets that you can't change at all. And then I've unlocked the first customizable ability set. And so I'm going in here, you can see disguise is 35 Abstergo credits. And so I decide, okay, I'm gonna purchase it. You can see in the upper left corner of the screen below my name, I have 214 Abstergo credits. So I'm gonna purchase this disguise, and now I can stick it into one of my ability slots for this profile set. Here's all the kill streaks too, the animus hack streak, and the silent and regular kill streaks as well. Okay, come back here, go out to the characters. 9 characters in the beta. Although the game, I've seen at least one other character model that's populated in the game. Oh, you can see the difference between her knife, like you can upgrade it. But I think that's just for visual. I don't think it has any effect at all on any of the actual gameplay. Yeah, you can get customizable stun moves, I guess, too. She has the trickster has a nice little bitch slap move that she just kind of slaps. I don't have anything to customize her with yet, but you can see that they've added a whole bunch of stuff. You can a bunch of different areas you can customize. In addition to colors, you know, like belts, arms, chest, heads. So it's pretty in depth. It should lead to some pretty cool looking. Some pretty cool looking characters, I think. You can see your Templar profile. This is the in-game kind of profile that other people can look at. You can choose the picture that goes next to it. This is the emblem editor, so you can pick an emblem, customize it with colors and patterns. So I'm just gonna mess around real quick and choose a checker pattern. We can make it red. Red and black seems nice. And then this shows up on your cape. And I believe you can, and you can change your title here too. So I unlocked a new title by reaching level 10, it's the Warrior. So now, if you look in the upper left corner, you'll see Loomer 979, the Warrior. And there's different ones you can unlock, I think, in the full game, like the Stun Master and, you know, the Grandmaster maybe or something. Just some basic stats page. You can look at all the different accolades you can get. It's just leaderboards for the beta. That's pretty much it for this side, but if you hit the R button, the R1 button, it goes over to your friends hub, and here's where you can compare I don't know what friend points are, actually, so I don't know what those numbers are, but you can see, like, different game modes, like, you can compare scores between everybody. Some of these guys have some pretty good scores. Yeah, you can compare challenges, levels. It's pretty cool. It's pretty... It's a lot more in-depth than Brotherhood was. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put up some more later throughout the rest of the beta. See you later.